Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight for this rather hectic MMB call experience. Monica and I, it's sort of fitting that this would happen because it's been a bumpy, amazing road the last 7 years. And that's what we really want to talk to you guys about tonight. So barring all the technical difficulties, I am so excited that you are here. If you're catching the replay, good for you. I'm so excited that you are taking the time to invest in yourself, invest in your business, and be on that path to becoming the best leader that you can be, because that's everybody that we're talking to tonight. You're either an MMB trying to make more MMBs, or you're still on that path on getting to MMB and becoming a leader in this business. What I can tell you is that your success, your journey is not going to go like this. It is going to probably be a bumpy ride, and we've had our ups and downs. Can you do me a favor and mute? There seems to be a lot of background noise. Let me see if I can mute everybody. Okay, I think we're good. All right. And then Mon, you should be able to unmute when it's time to talk. Sorry about that. But I'm gonna just get real with everybody tonight. It's not smooth sailing. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. And if you haven't hit a challenge yet in your business, you are going to, but that's okay, because that's how we grow. And you're gonna make mistakes and things are not gonna go as planned. You're gonna get asked to speak on a MMB Makers Bootcamp call and talk about your journey to $1 Million Club, and the link isn't going to work, and you don't even have a big girl Zoom, and yours maxes out at 100 people, and you don't have makeup on your face, and your hair's not done, and your nose is stuffy because you caught some sort of a plague in Vegas. But here you are, you show up and you do the thing anyway. One of the phrases I stole from Sarah Hill is massive, messy action. And I think that is a perfect description of my business. The other thing I like to use for how I started my business is ignorance on fire. And I want to share a little bit about my journey for those of you who don't know me, because it has been a wild ride. And if you caught any videos of me accepting my MDC jacket and all the things, they let us talk for a couple minutes. And I shared a little bit of the things that I'm going to share with you tonight. But essentially, I started this business, ignorance on fire, tremendous success right out of the gates. I was like, I am good at this. I hit MM and founder in 6 months. And I was like, yes, I've got this. And then I hit my first challenge, my first dip. So I hit MM, I hit founder. I actually get asked to speak at the first ever Monations. I am like so honored, so humbled. But then that's not till January, right? So all these months go by. By the time this thing rolls around, you guys, both of my MMBs have quit, and I'm looking at 17,000 DV in my back office. You're supposed to have a minimum of 30. I'm rocking around 17. So I'm not feeling really good about myself. I am actually petrified to get on that stage because I feel like a failure and a fraud. How am I going to get up there and tell these people how to build a business when mine is in the toilet? Now, this is going to be a recurring theme, you guys, because this, spoiler alert, this doesn't just happen once. So I actually asked my regional at the time to ask Stuart if they want to get somebody else to take my spot. Because I was like, I get it. If I were you, I'd want somebody else too. It's fine. But you know what happened? Ray and Stuart said they wanted me on that stage because they valued me for me and the potential they saw in me and the leader I was going to get choked up when I talk about it. And the leader I was going to be with this company. Not my numbers in back office. They wanted me, Jenny Sanzo, the human, to speak to the people, right? So I get on that stage, I do my thing, and it really just instilled so much faith in this company to me, because that really had a profound impact on me. I end up rebuilding my business, get like MMM. I'm almost a director. I get asked to be keynote speaker at Monations the next one, 2017. I get the flu and I can't give my speech. Actually, Monica ended up giving my speech. And that was another moment. So here I am, guys, I'm going to get real vulnerable with you guys. I was literally packing Depends in my suitcase. And my husband is like, Jenny, what are you doing? And I was like, I have to go, the keynote speaker, I have to go. And he's like, no, you need to call Stuart and tell him you are sick. It is fine. They are going to understand. Like it's fine, but you are not getting on that plane. So that's what I do. I call Stuart to tell him what's happening. And they're like, I'm thinking they're going to put in a bathroom break, right? Like it was 15 minutes, like whatever. They'll probably give everybody a break, let people get coffee, get a snack, eat a granola bar. But instead they're like, okay, who do you want to give your speech? We picked you because we want you to share your story. We want everybody to hear what you wrote. It's in the teleprompter, it's ready to go. So I asked my girl to do it, not knowing she had a fear of public speaking. And while we're being vulnerable, I'll be vulnerable for her. Poor thing had to pop some Imodium before getting up there, but she rocked it. She absolutely rocked it. But for whatever reason, in my business, like my highs tend to be coupled with a low. So get to be keynote speaker, you get sick, you can't go. You get asked to speak on stage, well, your numbers are in the toilet. And the same thing happened, to be perfectly honest with you guys, when I had to get my jacket in Vegas. I was not in, I'm going to cry, but I was not in a good place. Because I hit MDC last year. So last March, I actually hit MDC. We do my video. I moved to Florida, like literally every dream I had in my heart that I saw for myself and my family, and this business being the vehicle for that, literally every single one of them had come true, right? We do the video, we do all the things. I'm going to have like that moment, right? And then I get COVID and I don't get to go to convention and get my jacket. Now we're in Vegas. And once again, like my business isn't where I want it to be. I actually, and I didn't say this on stage, but April 1st, guys, I logged into back office and for the first time in 5 years, it didn't say director anymore. I am not a director at the moment. And I'm not saying that like that's like, oh, some big deal, like the sky is falling. Oh my gosh, how am I going to live if I'm not a director? But that still doesn't feel good. And it doesn't get easier no matter how long you've been in this business, no matter how seasoned you are, it doesn't get easier to go backwards. So all those feelings of insecurity and all that gunk, like all that junk and all those lies that we tell ourselves, that started creeping back. And I was like, gosh, I just want it to be over. Like, I don't want to go on that stage. I'm just going to wear like a basic dress. Like, I don't even want anybody to look at me. Like, I shouldn't even be up there. And the good thing is that throughout this business, I have developed the most unbelievable friendships, one of which is joining me on this call. And Monica and Maggie Daniel, they were just like, you are insane. You're stuck in your head. None of that is true. Where your business is right now might not be where you want it to be, but that doesn't diminish the accomplishments that you've had. Like, you have every reason to celebrate. Wear whatever freaking dress you want to wear. Because I didn't want to wear the bright orange one I bought because I didn't want to stand out. Like, guys, why are we like this? And the reason I'm telling you all this stuff is because you're going to get stuck in your head in this business, and you better be surrounded by the right people that are going to snap you out of it. And you better be working on yourself enough that you can snap out of it. Because what happens to people, the reason that people who started 7 years ago when Monica and I did, same people who did all the same things, maybe they were founders, maybe they were directors, maybe they had a car, I don't know. The reason that they're not where we are is because they quit and we didn't. That is literally the secret to our success is that we have staying power, and we didn't quit when it got hard, and we got out of our heads, and we didn't like blame it on anything other than like, it's going to have ups and downs. We know what to do. We're going to put in the work, and we're going to get there. So that's where I'm at again. Like, guys, it's been 7 years. Like, remember that movie with Brad Pitt, 7 years in Tibet? 7 years is a long time. Honestly, that movie wasn't that good. It kind of felt like 7 years of being in the movie theater, but I digress. At least Brad Pitt was in it. But that's a long time. That's a lot of ups and downs. There were so many times that I could have quit. And you're going to hear a very similar story from Monica, but there were so many times I could have quit. I could have psyched myself out. In the beginning, I could have been like, oh, it was beginner's luck. I'm not good at this, and packed it in. I didn't know what those founder shares were going to do. I didn't know what my paycheck was going to do. I didn't know the people I was going to meet, the impact they were going to have on me. Like, I would not have the life I have today had I said no, had I got stuck in my head, had I quit the first time it got hard, or the first time my business fell apart, or somebody quit, or somebody told me no, or somebody wrote some snarky mean girl crap on my Instagrams. Like, I wouldn't have the life I have now. And that's scary to think about, but it also could have happened so easily. So what I want you to hear from me, if you hear nothing else, is stay the course. Like, you can do this. Like, I am a hot freaking mess. I have the same insecurities that you do. I just didn't quit. So I want you to not allow yourself to quit, not to give up on your dreams, because you can be there. And when you're there, I want you to wear whatever freaking dress you want to wear, no matter what your back office says, because you deserve that moment. So celebrate the wins and know that the dips are temporary, and you will crush this. I'll stop talking now. Monica.
Well then, oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to follow Jennifer Sanzo, and it's hard to do because this woman, she just shared her heart. You guys, if you didn't feel that, come on, let's give her some love in the chat. So if you don't know me, my name is Monica Hobbs, and I've been with Monate for now over 7 years. And like Jennifer Sanzo, I didn't want to really start a business with this. I was, whenever I first joined, it was for the discount. And, here we are over 7 years later, and it's like, what even just happened? So whenever I joined, and why I'm telling you kind of from the beginning, because this is important. So whenever I joined, like I said, it was for the deeper discount. It wasn't to build this business. It wasn't to hit MDC. I didn't even know any of that stuff existed. It was because I needed to save money. And it wasn't until a good, solid 6 months later that I caught the vision. If you guys are doing this and you've got a toe in, a toe out, a toe in, I'm going to quit. I'm mad at my upline. This is not right. Monate's sucking. That sale sucked. This is not for me. Like, you've got to get your mind right. You've got to get your mind right. You've got to get that vision. You've got to grasp it, and you've got to run with it. Because had I, like 7 years ago, didn't jump on that training call that I thought, okay, maybe this is for me, my upline, Ann Fisher, she painted the vision of what this could do for us. And that's where you have to really, like I said, get your mind right. And you guys, you have to go back and dig deep down into that why and why you're doing this. Because, you can say you want to hit MDC, you can say you want to do these things, but like you have to have a why. And that why has to be a massive deal to you, for you to never give up, for you to never quit, for you to just keep winning all the awards, getting sick, not being able to go do the things, but keep going, because eventually it's going to happen. So 7 years ago, when it was actually it was June 2015 was when I caught the vision. And I was seeing a lot of these, and we were only like 8-9 months old at that time, and I was seeing people make money. I was seeing people make like $5,000 a month. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've never made that in my life. like, what is this? Like, I can actually do this. And it was just something for me of like, okay, so if she's doing this, and she's doing this, why can't I do this? What makes them so different and so special that I can't be different and special too? So that was when I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. Like, I'm going to do this for me. And it wasn't to prove a point to anyone. It was to prove to myself that I could live up to the potential that I had dreamed of when I was a younger kid and a younger girl. You know, I went to school for massage therapy. Massage therapy was never going to bring the paycheck that this business potentially could. And, here we are. We fast forward, like Jenny said, you guys, we've been on that roller coaster. We've had the incredible months. Everyone's joining us. People are coming in, and then things happen. Years happen. This happened, that happened. We're not going to go into that stuff, but things happen, and that is network marketing. That is business. That is how it works. And if you can't understand, and if you can't accept that that's going to happen to you, you need a little bit of a reality check, because we're here to tell you that it's going to get hard. Okay. And it might not be easy. It's not easy. It's fun though. We love the rewards of it, the community, the people. I wouldn't be here, like Jen said, if we hadn't made these relationships. So get your mind right and make sure you're in the right community of people, because I can tell you, if you don't jive with your upline, or if you're not jiving with certain people and you don't like how things are going, guess what? You are your own business owner. You can do it how you want. If you don't like how your leaders are, kind of running the things, you can do what you want. You start that and you bring that community. And I think that's where, like Jen and myself, we really started to realize, like, we can do big things with this. We can do what we want with this. We don't have to be, like that team or like this team. We can make this what we want and hope that people want to be a part of it with us. And guess what? They did. We didn't know it. We didn't know what was going to come from it, but we just kept going. So here we are 7 years later. And I wanted to say something. So, I hit MDC in March, and it was going to happen. It's going to happen for a lot of you guys. It's just, if you stick with this long enough, you guys, if you stick with this for 20 years and you hit MDC, that is $50,000 a year. That is a lot of money. I would have never, ever made that as a massage therapist. 20 years, that seems so long, and that is so long. But imagine if you actually stuck with it for 20 years and gave it your all for that entire 20 years. Just imagine how many lives are going to be changed. 10 years. You stuck it with the 10 years and you go all in for 10 years. That's $100,000 a year, you guys. That is so much money. Again, never would have ever made that as a massage therapist. And I can't believe that we're here and sharing this, and we can't wait to bring up other MDC members on our team too. And like Jen said, at the end of the day, we didn't quit, and I know when Jen said her speech on stage in Vegas, she said, I'm nobody special. And honestly, I feel the same way. And people will tell you, you are special, you are unique, you're one of a kind. Like, we understand that, but we weren't anything that you can't be and that you can't do too. We just saw it, and we never gave up. We never quit. We've cried to each other on the phone before, like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, but we're so silly if we don't. It gets hard. It's never going to be like this uphill thing. And I just, like Jen said, it's like one of the things that I can leave you with tonight is that if you believe in Monate fully with your heart, you believe in this business, you believe in these products, and you give it your all, other people are going to do the same thing. They're going to join you because of you. We know the products are great. We know all of that, our compensation plan, all of this stuff. But ultimately, they're joining you because they want to be a part of something special with you. And this is something that you can pass on to your kids for generations and generations to come. And we see it, we know it. And more people are coming up into this MDC spotlight. It's going to be you're going to see people hitting all, it's going to continue happening. And why not it be you? Why not? So I challenge you guys, to write to really get down and really deep on that why. Like, why are you here? Why are you on this Zoom tonight? What brought you here? And get really clear. Okay. You have to have it here in your heart in order for the other things to come. MDC doesn't happen by accident, you guys. This happens with a huge team that has heart with you, that want to do this with you, that want to run with you. Okay. And I can't wait, you know, like I said, for all of the other incredible leaders on my team that want to run with this too and grasp this title. So personally, Jennifer did get her stage moment, and it was so cool seeing her up there. I cried the entire time. I videoed it. There's probably like snot in the background of that too. And I'll send that to you, Jen. You're welcome. If you are someone who's going for that and it takes you 20 years, so what? It took me 7. I'm not going to get that big stage recognition. I'm not going to get the jacket on the stage or the video or those things because it took me 7 years. But you guys, it took me 7 years. If it takes you 10, if it takes you 15, if it takes you 20, if it takes you 30, your time is your time. And I can't wait to still celebrate with my team. They celebrated me in Vegas, like ridiculously, spoiled me like to the 9. I was just like, oh my gosh. And for me, I'm not one that's like huge on like, it's hard for me to accept things just as gifts personally, but like just the love that, and people want you to shine. So I want to give a thank you to my team as well for just like spoiling me and loving me for me. But I don't have my jacket yet, but I will get that jacket and you guys will all know it because it's going to be on the social too. And I will have my video because we're going to make it and we're going to make it epic. So celebrate that, celebrate the small things, celebrate you getting that VIP customer, celebrate you getting that new team member, celebrate you increasing your PV the next month by 100, whatever it is, celebrate those. Okay. Because that is something that you did. You challenged yourself to do it. And, you know, at the end of the day, this business, honestly, it's up to you. It's up to you. Are you all in? Are you dipping your toe in? The grass is greener wherever you water it. Okay. You could look here, you could look left, you could look right, see what other people are doing. But we know you're on this call for a reason. And if your heart is here and you get your mind right, I'm telling you, you can do anything that you set yourself out to do. So, Jen, any last thoughts?
Yeah, I think the other thing here is just about normalizing that there's ups and downs. And that's okay. Like, it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. I mean, it also doesn't mean that you don't need to like evaluate what you're doing and tweak, and you're going to make mistakes. You're going to learn from them and be like, oh, I could have done this better. I could have handled that better. That's not what I'm saying. Like, oh, you're perfect just the way you are. Don't ever grow or change. But know that it's also just part of the business. And there are things that are outside of your control, and that it doesn't mean you're a bad leader or you're whatever if things aren't going the way that you want them to. So I don't think we talk enough. Obviously, we're going to celebrate all the ranks and all the things and the cars and the trips, but we also need to normalize that there's ups and downs. There's good months, there's bad months. There's paychecks that make you cry because they're real big, and there's paychecks that make you cry because they're real small. And that's okay. And that's okay. And that's part of the journey. And as long as you are growing and learning and working towards whatever that goal is for yourself, and maybe it's not MDC. Maybe you're like, I could care less. I want time freedom, or I want the community. Whatever it is that you want, I want you to get it. And I want you to know that you can have it, no matter what that looks like. And that's a big thing that I tell my team all the time. Like, it's not about what I want. Like, I want everybody to like do all the things and be obsessed and want the jacket. But like, I want my girls and guys, I always say girls, who join my team to get what they want out of this. And if that's making $0 and being a part of the community and being a part of Money Gratitude, then great. Like, love people where they are at. Meet them where they are at, run with the runners, and this business will take you wherever you want to go. Not about you. It's about your people and what they want out of this. And if you help them get what they want, that's when things start happening for you too.
I typed that, but I wanted to say that. And
Say
to love yourself where you are at too. So sometimes it can get really discouraging where you're at, and you may not want to be where you're at, and you're really down on yourself. Celebrate where you are, because it took a lot to get there. Okay. And if you are pushing for MMB, wherever you are in your business, if you're going for NLE, if this is something, maybe you're, I know I see tons of leaders on this call too, and kudos to you for showing up, because we like to dive into all of this stuff, but love yourself where you're at and celebrate that too. Okay.
Sometimes that's the harder part. It's easy to love on your people. It's harder to give yourself grace and love on yourself. I know. So that's probably my biggest struggle. And I know I'm not alone there. So give yourself grace too. But you guys got this. I'm really excited for what's to come. Obviously, I've been Monica and I have been doing this since the dawn of time. We were selling shampoo out of covered wagons in the beginning. There were only 9 products. The website really didn't work. I mean, we have come a long way, baby, and we are just getting started. So that, I think, is what's so exciting, is just to know that we're just at the beginning of this journey. And you're in great hands. This company is so amazing, and our corporate team is so amazing, and the Erdanetta family and Stuart, just hang on, because this company is going places, and it is hands down the best community I've ever been a part of. And you guys, that's you guys. You're what makes money awesome.
I second that. We could keep talking all night, guys,
We'll
but at
talk
some
forever.
point we have to shut it off, because we just keep going and going. So
But love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit us up on the interwebs. Let us know your goals and your dreams, and we'll be cheering you on, because there's nothing that we love more than watching you guys slay your goals and get what you want out of this business. We're a family, and that's the best part. Love you guys.
hey guys.